Hello everyone, Don Rolfe here, and I'm here today to talk to you about the 3 things that you should probably do before you meet with an estate planning attorney. Just for reference, if you don't know who I am, I'm Don Rolfe. I'm the owner and founder of Northwest Legal Planning, an estate planning and probate law firm located in West Linn, Oregon. And I like to jump on here several times a week and talk to you about estate planning topics. And today I'm talking about the 3 things that I think everyone should do before they meet with an estate planning attorney. So the number one thing is kind of a homework type thing. It's gathering information about your assets and about your family, so you can have a complete understanding of what your circumstances are before you meet with that attorney. So you're going to want to gather information about all of the different types of accounts you have, the different properties you own, perhaps collections that you have, all of your assets that are things that you're going to be contemplating distributing from your estate plan. And then also your family. Who are the members of your family? Who are the members of your family that you want to be your trusted advisors, perhaps? Who are the members of your family that you want to distribute assets to? And then I'm going to include in family perhaps charities that you might want to contribute to out of your estate plan, or anyone else that you want to contribute to. Oftentimes, our very good friends, we consider them to be family as well. So getting a complete picture of your assets and the family picture that you have, all of those people that you may be distributing things to, and those individuals that you may want to have making decisions for you in times of incapacity, or steering your ship after you're gone and making sure that your estate plan is carried out the way that you want it. So the first one is gathering assets, asset information and family information, the people that are going to be players in your estate plan. The second thing that you need to do, if you're a single person, you're going to be doing this perhaps on your own or with a trusted friend, and if you're a married couple, you need to take some time, set aside some time, and really talk about what you want your estate plan to look like. Who are the people that you want making decisions for you? Maybe you and your spouse have different ideas about who you want to determine your incapacity or make your healthcare decisions for you or be your successor trustee. But it's important to have that discussion so that when you sit down with the estate planning attorney, you have already thought about it. And in this discussion, you can talk about how maybe you want to leave things to your children in trust. Maybe you haven't ever talked about your charitable leanings and whether or not you want to leave something to a charity. Just going through all of these different topics so that you can understand better what it is that you want out of your estate plan. So when you sit down with that estate planning attorney, you're going to be able to communicate to them what it is that you're wanting, and they're going to be better able to help you make that come true, or make an estate plan that can do the things that you want it to do. Now, if you're single, you could be doing this on your own, or you could be doing it with a trusted friend, advisor, someone that perhaps you just want some advice, or you want to bounce some ideas off of somebody. But you can do it on your own as well. And I really recommend that everybody write these things down so that when you do sit down with the attorney, just like when you sit down with a doctor, they always say, write out your questions that you want to ask the doctor, because a lot of times you get in there and you kind of freeze in the moment, or you get sidetracked and you forget. Write them down so that you have those questions, those decisions that you made, the things that you've thought about available. So the things that you're going to think about is, who's going to get things, who's going to be making healthcare decisions for you, who's going to be making financial decisions for you in the case that you're incapacitated, who's going to be your successor trustee or your personal representative that's going to be distributing and administering your estate. By the way, if you have questions about this and you want to meet with me about it, you can go to myestateplanmeeting.com and put yourself right on my calendar for a 30-minute estate planning strategy session where you can ask questions, maybe clarify some of the things I'm talking about in here, or other videos or podcasts that I've done. And then the final thing that you're going to want to do before you meet with your estate planning attorney is, I've already kind of alluded to it, is write things down. And don't be afraid to ask those questions. We've probably heard this since we were in grade school, right? There are no stupid questions. Every question is legitimate. And if you have it, I guarantee that someone else has had that question before. So write down everything that you want to ask that attorney. Write down what it is that you want to have come of your estate plan to find out if it's possible and how it's possible. Be prepared and don't feel intimidated by the attorney. We are just people. You see me on here all the time. This is how I am when we meet, because I'm just a human being, and this happens to be my skill, and I love working with people and helping them get their estate plans in order, but I'm just human. I'm just a guy. I don't think that anybody's ever intimidated when they come to meet me, and I really don't want them to feel that way, and you shouldn't. And just remember, you don't have to hire the first estate planning attorney that you meet with. You don't have to hire anybody that you meet with. It's a job interview, basically, right? If you feel comfortable with the person, then by all means move forward and work with them, but it's not something that you have to do. Don't feel that way. So make sure that you have in your mind, and really I recommend putting it on paper, what it is that you want to discuss with that attorney. What are your questions and what are your goals in putting together your estate plan? Again, if you want to meet with me, you can do that by going to myestateplanmeeting.com and scheduling a complimentary half-hour estate planning strategy session where I'm happy to answer all of your questions and talk to you about, your estate planning options. So again, the things that you need to do is gather information about your assets, your family, the people who are going to be making decisions for you, any charities that you are perhaps thinking about giving to through your estate plan. The second is really sitting down either alone or with your spouse or a trusted friend and talking about who you want the players to be, how you want your estate plan to look, whether you want to leave things in trust, whether you want to leave things outright, whether there's charities that you want to leave things to. Have that discussion so that if you're single, you're not having a discussion, but make it clear in your mind and be on the same page with your spouse if you have a spouse, so that when you meet, it's a productive consultation with that attorney. And finally, write things down. Write down your questions, write down your goals, write down your aspirations, all of those things, so that you don't forget them when you meet with the attorney. There's nothing worse than leaving an appointment, driving home and thinking, oh my goodness, I forgot to ask him the most important question that I wanted to get answered. Or I forgot to tell this attorney, I forgot to tell her that we wanted to make sure that we're leaving 20% of our estate to such and such foundation. Whatever it is, make sure that it's written down. Obviously, those things can be corrected in the future. After that first meeting, things aren't written in stone, but it's nice to have a complete, thorough conversation and not have those doubts that you missed something. Again, I am Don Rolfe, and thank you for listening. If you like this content, if you like this information, please hit the like button, thumbs up, whatever it is that's on the platform that you're watching this on. If you know someone who may find this information helpful, please share it with them or share it generally to the public. I would really appreciate that. I try to get this information out to as many people as I possibly can. Until next time, take care. Goodbye.